Welcome to the Big Success Show. Today, how reactions to life events can change your future.
Big Success with the Professor and Mary-Lynn.
Have you ever thought about this? The way you frame the story of your life, how you tell it to others, and more importantly, to yourself, that shapes your future.
Reframe your story, and you'll change your life.
We found this thought to be a great reminder to the two of us. We hope that you might find it helpful as well. Hi, I'm George Kruger, a.k.a. the Professor.
And I'm Mary-Lynn. There are two kinds of life events. Some events happen by you.
Think of them this way. Something happens because you fill in the blank.
I got a raise because I asked for one.
There you go.
Okay.
These are events where you are proactive.
And then the other kind of life events are those that happen to you.
Think of them this way. Because something happens, you fill in the blank.
Oh, yeah. Because we had a hailstorm. This is something that you and I can relate to.
Yes, we can.
We had a hailstorm. We had to get a new roof.
Exactly.
Right.
These are events where you are reactive. So remember this. You can't always control what happens.
But you can fully control how you respond.
Exactly.
Let's pull out the professor's whiteboard for 3 reactions to life events that can change your future.
I didn't react quickly enough to that to avoid that avalanche, Mary-Lynn. I tell you, that was a big one. It's a big one, I tell you.
But if you were proactive in cleaning the closet...
Somehow I knew this was going to come back and bite me. Why did we do this show?
All right. Here we go. 3 reactions to life events that can change your future. Reaction number 1 is no reaction. So this is really one extreme where people just don't react at all.
Yeah, they put their heads in the proverbial sand, right?
Yeah.
And they hope for the very best.
La, 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 la. Didn't happen. I didn't see it.
Exactly. This is it's rarely the best course of action. Or should we say, inaction.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. The next reaction to life events is overreaction. So this is the other extreme where there are people who will turn every molehill into a mountain.
Yeah, and
they're so stressed out.
Not only is this one situation undesirable, their whole life experience has been a bummer. The odds are stacked against them. Something or someone will always stand between them and the success that they say they crave. Unfortunately, they're probably right because they're going to sabotage their own success just to prove themselves right.
It's an awful lot of work for nothing. And then the third reaction is pro-reaction. So these are the people that we call pro-reactive because they do face those challenges head on.
And yet they maintain a positive attitude. Somehow, some way, they will overcome. How you talk about your past shapes your future. You can tell your story as a person weighed down by life events, or you can see yourself rising above them. And in most cases, even more important than the event itself is how you talk about the event. And even more importantly than that, how you talk about it to one audience in particular, you.
Mm-hmm. Right, because then that's going to impact how you react.
Yeah, and we're having some fun here with this. We're joking around a little bit, but the point is, we wrote this post for ourselves. I mean, we created this podcast for ourselves as a constant reminder, because this is just something I think most of us, you're going to fight it a little bit every day, if not at least occasionally.
Well, and for this community, for those of us with that entrepreneur mindset, because we put ourselves out there, you're going to have more things coming. You're going to have more incoming. And so you've got to be yes, you've got to be able to bat those things away like a tennis star and make sure that you place those balls in the right place on the court.
You got
so
it.
Here's your 3 reactions to life events that can change your future. No reaction, just, putting your head in the sand. Overreaction, turning every molehill into a mountain, or pro-reaction, facing that challenge head on with a positive attitude.
Your self-talk is critical in shaping your future, and a lot of that is driven by the past. So here's a critical question to ask yourself about how you think. That is, how you talk to yourself about an unpleasant life event or experience from the past. Is it just one of many times when life was sweet, but then turned bitter? Or is it a tough time that, in spite of it all, turned out positive? In the first case, you have to find a hero. In the second case, you are the hero of the story, charging toward big success.
Want to change your future? Be proactive and take our free life purpose quiz. You'll find it at Big Success. That's big with 2 G's, success.com.
And we thank you for listening today.
Until next time,
Here's to your big success.
Find Big Success at biggsuccess.com.